everyone, how's everyone doing? You guys doing good too? I'm doing good too. Let's get to today's video session. Here we go. The news I've got for you today. Please don't listen to the other people on YouTube. It's about the release of the SNK Neo Geo 3. Oh, oh yeah, King of Fighters. Here we go. So how you guys like that? Bit of action from King of Fighters. Remember the King of Fighters 94 just released. But I remember King of Fighters 94. Wow. I was playing that games every single day. I just love that game, man. And I just like to get to the end of the game and fighting the ferocious Rugal. You remember him? Who is my next opponent? That thing was crazy, the only one I stuff. Now, this is all about how much true is about SNK releasing the Neo Geo 3. And why would it be called Neo Geo 3 for goodness sake? Has anybody thought about that? I don't make money on this. A lot of people, few guys on YouTube are making videos on the SNK Neo Geo 3. I didn't believe any of that rubbish they are saying about the Neo Geo 3. I don't know how to put this together because it sounds really stupid. You know, a lot of the people on YouTube, what they said, they got that, you know, the SNK Neo Geo 2, they thought it was a games console. A games console. And you know what happened in the end? It became an arcade stick. Oh, blimey. For goodness sake, stop speculating things that you don't even know of. Where did you get all the idea of that Neo Geo 2 is a games console? In this video I'm making today, you're going to get the exact information if the SNK Neo Geo 3, well, I'm going to tell you today if that system is really a games console. Remember SNK Neo Geo 3, if it really is a games console. And why do people think the SNK Neo Geo 3 is a games console? Where they can get this idea from? Where they got it from? Let's go back in time. Okay? From the past. In the 1990s. Oh yeah, dudes. Yeah, so back in the 1990s, we know that SNK is a legendary company, and they are one of the they made some great games, man. I can think of like King of Fighters, Fatal Fury, Samurai Shodown, Art of Fighting, Metal Slug, Polestar, Blazing Star, tons of games that are. They started from the arcade cabinets. You're probably thinking to yourself, why am I going all the way back to there? The reason I'm doing this, you will understand in my video if this SNK Neo Geo 3 is really a games console. Keep on listening to my video. And why would SNK release another console? Does it make a lot of sense? the SNK Neo 3 release a games console? Right, let's quickly get through this now. First of all, they started as arcade cabinets in the arcades. That's what arcades are. So we got these arcade games in the arcade cabinets. You know, these games, right, in the arcades, they were really, really popular, man. Wow. You know what? Everybody who used to go into the arcades play games like, wow. It was their fighting games, wasn't it? Art of fighting. Wow, the guy with the raw Saksuki in there was all that. He used to hype you up, innit? And you go, oh, so go kid. Oh my gosh, that guy, Raw Saksuki, he was a character, wasn't he? And then he moved on to Art of Fighting 2. I've never actually seen Art of Fighting 3 myself, but when Art of Fighting 2 came out, wow. Fluid game, man. Movements, motion capture graphics, incredible game, man. And having introduced his father, Takuma Satsuki, he was amazing. Remember him? Swako. Oh man, he's good. Walking. He was great. He was, wasn't he? And then his sister Yuri Satsuki was in there as well. She was making Daigoken. Oh my gosh, she was crazy. She was I'm on now. She just slapped your face, didn't it? She was pretty amazing. Walking. She had this pink fireball in it. She was really good. She was pretty good for the girl, people like girly fighters. Yeah, if you like girl fighters, Yuri was a good fighter in it. So what I'm trying to say, there were games like that. There was King of Fighters 94, King of Fighters 95. These are the arcade games I've seen. Another arcade game I saw, which was, oh my gosh. You know, when that came out, everybody went running at the arcade. See which game I'm talking about? Sikri, Samurai Showdown. Absolutely amazing. Also wish some. Amazing game that, wasn't it? And then I saw the follow-up game to that, Samurai Showdown 2. Wow, what a game, man. Chenjuri in that game. Isn't he? He was good. Oh my gosh. The way he just zoom at you, man. That character in that game. He was so good. And the way he used to do that. He used to do a uppercut with his sword in this, you know, in the air, like a pink special effect as well, isn't it? Man, it was so good. The musics were pretty good, like dun 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 dun. Oh, you remember that guy called Wanfu in that game? Oh wow, Wanfu. He's doing all that kind of stuff, isn't he? Dun 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 dun. The guy was crazy, man. Really, really good, epic stuff in that game. So yeah, man, really, really good games. Even there are other arcade games like Android Dunas, Blazing Star, Polestar. Were beautiful. So all of these amazing arcade cabinets we saw in the arcades. These games were amazing, and they were legends, man. You can touch these games. Even today's date, if they still are available in the arcades, these games, I know they got further released to these games. A lot of people will play them still. Sorry, I forgot one game to mention here. Metal Slug. The original Metal Slug was good. Metal Slug 2, wow. Really good. They kept making further games on them as well. Now, what happened after that? Now, we know the arcade cabinets are pretty expensive. No one's going to go out there and go buy them, innit? They're simple in the arcades, innit? No one's going to go out there and go and buy some of them. So, SNK decided to bring their arcade games to the home. This is where it all messed up from. Okay? Now from the arcades was a successful story. Now bringing the SNK Neo Geo AES games console was a flop. It didn't get anywhere. Now this record of their success becomes very disappointing. Let's get something. This system was running back in 1990. £399.99. Oh my gosh. Who the heck's gonna pay that kind of price? It just doesn't end there. It was a very expensive technology, man. You see these cartridges they produce, the games, they were too expensive. Oh my gosh, I don't know what to say about them. They used to, hold on, they used to be from £500, 1,500, 2,000 per cartridge. What was SNK thinking of? When we have Sega Mega Drive and Super Nintendo games, which these consoles were like under £20 to £30 per console, and the games were only like $29.99, $39.99. Big bargain, wasn't it? Well, it's not a bargain, still it's cheaper than that, eh? What the heck is that? Then SNK found out it's not working. Whoa. What are you thinking of? You think someone's gonna buy expensive cartridges? With this flipping expensive price tags on your games console as well? What the hell is wrong with you, man? So they decided, you know what they decided after that? That I think it was after 4 years, they decided, so there is SNK Neo Geo AES in 1990, and then they decided to release another games console in 1994. The Neo Geo CD. The SNK Neo Geo CD. Did the idea work? No. It didn't work. A cheaper option to play this SNK Neo Geo games. But why didn't the idea work though? Why did it still flop? Because the actual games console was too expensive. They were around about $299 to $349.99. What the hell are you talking about? Who's gonna buy that? So they're gonna release this console at really a high price tag, and then the games were like $49.99, something $39.99, $49.99, and some of them were $79.99. Okay, your prices are really great with your CDs, but the console wasn't. It flopped again. Now, what does this prove to you now? Okay, you got the arcade cabinets in the arcades are successful. They're going with the SNK Neo Geo AES, flops. They're going with the SNK Neo Geo CD, flops. So where does the company go now? What kind of consumers gonna get joined with that company? How's that gonna work? They've already messed you up. It's already a big mess up. Now people recognize this company because of the arcade games, not because of the silly games consoles which are high price tags. That's all a flood. It's a failure. So what happens next? You know what happened after that? They're gonna release their third games console. Is the third games console SN Neo Geo 2? No, it's not. You know what that is? It's the, the arcade games, they brought them back. It's the 1990s old 2D hardware. This system is called SNK Neo Geo Mini. They're going to use they made this system into an arcade cabinet. Oh, blimey. Oh, what kind of design is that? There's a lot to say about this SNK Neo Geo Mini. Did it succeed? Yes. Succeeded. Why wouldn't it succeed? It's too cheap. Because it's got flipping 40 games in there. Hasn't it? Can you see the idea they used in the system? So they're going with this smaller arcade cabinet. It comes with 2 controllers, HDMI cable, that you can connect to a TV and play on television with your game controllers. It's doing stuff like that. Because of it, it has got a lot of games, and it was a bargain, especially from what they did with SNK Neo Geo AS. Oh man, what is going on? SNK Neo Geo Mini succeeds. Now I'm going to mention something else which might be very confusing indeed. If the SNK Neo Geo AS was released back in 1990, then why do some say it's the longest running games console for 14 years? So what years are we talking about here? We're talking about from 1990 to 2004. That's 14 years, isn't it? So how does that actually work? I'll tell you how that works. So basically, they had 2 platforms. If you look at the SNK Neo Geo CD, that was from 1990 to 1998. Okay? The SNK Neo Geo AS was from 1990 to 2004. You can see how it works. Because the SNK Neo Geo AS has got more memory. Yeah, it's got a big meg cart in there, which the CD didn't have that. That's weird, isn't it? The CD is smaller. It was small. These cartridges are really big, and that's why more games came on there. If you look up from 1998 to 2004, that's another 6 years of gaming. Yeah, the SNK Neo Geo AS brought us 6 years of gaming. But we want to know, but we gotta know, well, how is that 14 years? How did that work? So basically, these consoles died really quickly, okay? They hardly didn't last very long. What they did, even these consoles died out, the people who bought them, they knew that. So what SNK kept on doing, they kept on supporting both the games consoles. They kept on supporting them. Both the games consoles. They took the SNK Neo Geo CD2 up to 1998. They took the other one, SNK Neo Geo AES, to 2004. Is that the same story with Sega Dreamcast? Because they still release games. No. If you look at the Sega Dreamcast, Sega only supported from 1998 to 2001. Can you see that? But for SNK, they were still releasing games on both of their consoles, man. Can you see how it works? But Sega didn't support their system after 2001. 2002, you didn't see any game on it. No, it's only up to 2001. That's it, finished. For Sega Dreamcast, it's only up to 1998 to 2001. That's only 3 years, isn't it? It's nothing. So that's why SNK Neo Geo AES is the longest running games console ever we've seen. Okay? Now the Neo Geo Mini was based on the old hardware. Now let's go further in the story. The SNK Neo Geo 2, where a lot of people saying that this SNK Neo Geo 2 is a new console. What is the SNK Neo Geo 2? What was it in the end? It was a arcade stick. The arcade stick! For goodness sake. It wasn't a console. Stop speculating things that you don't know of. Stop right now. Because this is getting real out of hands now. Now, the SNK Neo 3. So what does this make? You know what? A lot of articles and videos on YouTube about SNK Neo 3. We will give you some information in future. But what? That's a games console. You know what? I'll tell you right now. The SNK Neo 3 is not a games console. It's not a games console. No. If you look at what SNK is doing right now, they are releasing the old games back from the 1990s on Android, modern consoles like PS4, Xbox One, and PC. That's what they're doing. They're releasing their games on them. The old games, yeah. I'm talking about old games. But why do they keep on doing that? They're trying to make some money by doing that. Because they don't have any, the people out there don't have any interest in their games consoles, and they're never going to build that. They're never going to be able to build all that, you see. So how can you say that SNK Neo 3 is a games console? It's not. It definitely is not a games console. What can it be then? If these people can speculate rubbish, I can speculate as well then. It's definitely not a games console. I can speculate that then. I could give you estimation on that. It's not a games console. It definitely isn't. You watch, it won't be. Why I am saying it's not a games console? What made me say that? SNK cannot lose any more money. Okay? They've lost too many money already doing games consoles. They cannot afford to waste any more money. Okay? They know if they release another games console, it's not going to sell. They know that. It's just not going to sell. Because people don't have any interest for buying their consoles. They only recognized in the arcades for the arcade cabinets. And that is all. And for the old games to appear on all these other systems that we got right now. They're going to keep on doing that. They will never ever release another console. I'm being honest with you. They ain't going to do it. I'll give you more further proof on that. So why are they releasing the SD loaders then? There's one thing called SNK Neo SD loader. Why are they releasing that then? And you tell me. And that's what SNK Neo AES. Why are they releasing that? Do you know what that is? People who got SNK Neo AES, it's a cheaper option to have your games inside a cartridge. Yeah? I don't know how daft and stupid it sounds. All that thing is doing, you're just putting games in that cartridge. So you don't need to buy any more game cartridges for your SNK Neo AES, because it's too expensive to do. Because if you're just going to buy this one cartridge, you can put your games in there. Yeah? And it's a very cheap option. You can enjoy all your SNK Neo games. Whether that's going to succeed, that's entirely up to the consumers and customers out there. There's nothing to me to speculate on. But I think that will do quite well, because a lot of people do like the SNK Neo AES games console, and buying this game cartridge, no, they're a pretty big cartridge actually, it will actually do quite well. So the SNK Neo 3 mobile games console. They cannot afford to waste any more money to make another console because it's not going to work. If you look at all the 3 consoles they released, SNK Neo ES, SNK Neo CD, SNK Neo Mini, they all based on the old 2D hardware. Can you see that? None of the machines are new. Okay? They're all the same. They just found SNK Neo Mini a cheap option to play the Neo games. For us. That's all it is. That's why they actually made that. SNK will continue to make their games on other platforms. Okay? So I did say that. So why is SNK Neo 3? Because it is going to come out. But what is it? You got to think about it. If the SNK Neo 2 is an arcade stick, whew, pew, 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 tick, 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 tick. If the SNK Neo 2 is an arcade stick, then the SNK Neo 3 can be the next technology for the arcade cabinets. I think it's a next cabinet. It's going to be arcade cabinets, okay? It's going to be arcade cabinet. It's going to be the 3D hardware arcade cabinets called the SNK Neo 3. That's what that thing is. So what's so good about releasing 3D arcade cabinets? It's a 3D arcade cabinets. So you will get games like King of Fighters, Samurai Shodown, Metal Slugs, whatever, Blazing Star, Polestar in 3D. These are 3D, it's a 3D technology. The good thing about this is going to be when they release these arcade cabinets, you know the modern consoles we got right now, like PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, and even the most advanced RTX 2080 PCs, these games will appear on that. Don't you think that's a really good thing? If they did that? Because the next hardware is going to be really interesting. And I'm sure they'll make a lot of money out of that. They can't afford to waste any more money. They're not telling you what it is. They're keeping it a secret. Companies do this kind of weird things, don't they? They're strange companies, aren't they? So the SNK Neo 3 is a arcade cabinet bringing us 3D games. Do you remember SNK back in the time of Neo CD and AES? They were talking about SNK Hyper 64. Yeah, that was a 64-bit 3D hardware. Now, I do know Samurai Shodown 64. You see, they released some arcade cabinets on that technology. Samurai Shodown 64 came out. Samurai Shodown 64 2 came out. These were 3D games. But these games weren't very good. They didn't do so well. So the whole technology was abandoned. They didn't release this SNK Hyper 64 games console. It never released. It got cancelled. It never came out. If it came out, it would have been a good idea. But already the arcade cabinets were telling us this wasn't good. It would have been really bad. And that's why the console got cancelled, because the arcade games on SNK Hyper 64 were terrible. So they didn't come out. That's why the console was cancelled as well. Now, the SNK Neo 3 is going to be the latest arcade cabinets. And when these cabinets come out, believe it or not, they're going to be pretty good. It's going to be very, very interesting. Very interesting to bring SNK Neo 3. Of course, these are arcade cabinets 3D games will be coming to these modern consoles and PCs. I'm telling you, imagine releasing these SNK 3D games on RTX 2080 PCs, man. Wow. And do you remember that PC, what we always talk about? One GX1 gaming laptop. This is going to be very interesting for that as well. Because we know that hardware is pretty good. Because right now, the one which is coming up 4th of September 2020 is on the Intel i5 core, isn't it? That is not one of the most advanced from the 1GX1 gaming laptop. No, it's not. They're going to release another one here. Okay? Which will have Intel Xe graphics. That's where it's going to kick off, man. That system is going to be even better. Because in that system, the new one they're going to release is got a Intel i7 core. Yeah. And the GPU is far powerful with Intel Xe graphics. Intel Xe graphics. It's going to be a very interesting thing, guys. Because I think that system is going to do really, really well. And on the other side, you can buy any RTX 2080 PC, which is a desktop PC anyway. But I'll tell you something, even in terms of 1GX1, it's going to be pretty powerful. So having the SNK Neo 3D, having the SNK Neo 3D, having the SNK Neo 3D arcade cabinet games, especially to the PC and the 1GX1 and the RTX 28 PCs, is going to be really, really interesting. But I know there's a lot of popularity coming to portability, because the 1GX1 is not just portability, it is an all-in-one gaming system. It's a very, very interesting PC, man. Take a look at that, read about it. 1GX1 gaming laptop is a very, very interesting system. Yeah, I know loads of people can build their own RTX 28 PCs. Do that as well if you want. But please support one company, because this system is going to be crazy. It's going to sell, man. So there you have it. SNK Neo 3. SNK Neo 3 is not a games console, but it's a arcade cabinet. We can tell the way the lineup is going. They are more successful in the arcade cabinets. They cannot lose any money to make games consoles. They're not going to succeed in that anyway. They shouldn't just bother with it. Because even the SNK Neo Mini, don't feel too jumpy about it. It's only on the original 2D hardware the SNK Neo Mini was. And that's why it's sold good. That's all it was. They're not going to be able to make any money out of a new hardware. Nope. No one's going to buy it. Nobody will ever buy a SNK games console. No one's going to buy one. Trust me on that. No one will buy it. I'll be honest with you. No one will buy it. Stop believing all this rubbish what articles and these YouTube videos are on about, because all the stuff they're on about is rotten rubbish. Do not believe any of it, because it's not going to happen. You watch in the end, it's just going to be an arcade cabinet. You're going to be going back into your arcades and looking at these games. That's what. SNK Neo 2, SNK Neo 2 is a arcade stick. SNK Neo 3 is an arcade cabinet. Bringing the latest 3D games for us. All of us. And now you know what the SNK Neo 3. You don't need to bother with all the other people's speculations. They're going to keep on making these videos. They're putting a lot of interest. And where are they getting all this information from? Where is it coming from? Who the hell even said that? Who's confirmed all this? Has the SNK even confirmed that there is a new games console? Of course not. They haven't confirmed anything like that. Why are these people making all this rubbish? It's not real. I don't believe in it. So hope you guys understand what I'm saying here. So now you know what's going on. And yeah, hope you guys like my video today. Give your likes, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye from now.